And welcome back to What If. I was actually worried I wasn't going to get this out today due to work and catching the movie in about an hour. But no, I'm still doing the What If. And we are on part 3 of the What If Whis adopted Goku What If. Excuse me. Acid reflux. Ugh. Pain in the ass. Anyone who suffers from acid reflux knows that is not fun to deal with. It's not like I'm dying or anything. It just really is irritating and uncomfortable. So if you've been seeing me belching or burping into my hand in the last couple of videos, that's why I've been just having severe acid reflux. Point being, though, last time on the Dragon Ball Z, What If we adopted Goku? Goku and Bulma had finally gotten married. Goku was the world martial arts champ, but he decided to leave the Earth. Also, though, Piccolo's egg was caught by Goku. He was raised by, and they were basically raised on the lookout. Because Piccolo's actually not that old when you really break it down. He was raised basically between Popo, Goku, and Kami, and through that, he basically overcame a lot. It took a little while to do, but he overcame most of the evil in him. So pretty much we're at Piccolo around the Saiyan saga in terms of his personality, where he wasn't 100% good at that point, but he was well beyond evil. He was well past being evil. He was a hero. He was a protector of the Earth. At the moment, though, he is on his own. He still does his own thing, but when the Earth is in trouble, he is. Also, his power is roughly around, say, the 1200 area. Point being, though, Goku and Bulma went to Goku's home, basically Beerus' planet, and met his dad, met Lord Beerus, and essentially there they are. They're going back and forth between the Earth, between the 5 years between Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, but still, and Goku has learned Super Saiyan God. So we now cut to 5 years later. What has transpired in those 5 years? Well, all the Z fighters, excuse me. Again, that's going to probably be happening a little bit. Again, acid reflux. I'm sorry. That's going to be, sorry. No, that's not going to be happening. But all the Z fighters, they've been training because Goku's basically been brought into their lives because Piccolo's around. All of them are probably a little stronger to try to keep up with him or match that, or at least they have a goal in mind to surpass. So Krillin's power is probably more like 250 as opposed to 205. Tien's like 300. Yamcha's probably like 201. Piccolo, meanwhile, in those 5 years, Piccolo's been training on his own. Because he sees Goku also, as a benchmarker, as a limitation to overcome in his own power as well. Someone made a concept. Stop smacking your lips. Take that. I'm smacking my lips. He would probably train harder. His power didn't quite grow as strong as Goku's over 5 years, but at the same time, it was still significant growth. So I would put Piccolo probably at about 2,000, maybe 1,800. He probably gained about. He probably increased himself 50%. If not, 2,000 actually makes sense. And I say 2,000 because Piccolo's power was like 260, and then he went to like 408, which is more than half his actual power, comparatively. So yeah, actually, it would make sense he'd be at 2,000 with some hardcore training, and because he'd actually be on okay terms with Kami at that point, he would he would be allowed to train at the lookout. So that would also contribute to that. Meanwhile, what has been going on with Goku and Bulma and little baby Gohan? Gohan's there, and see, unlike Gohan from the original canon, first off, he's probably got purple hair like Trunks. He's probably purple and. You know what? I'd imagine because Vegeta had spiky hair too, so I would imagine that he would probably just look like Trunks, but with Gohan's face. And Gohan's power easily would probably already be in the couple thousands. He probably would train off and on with his granddad and his dad, but they'd also focus on book smarts with him as well. Because she's Bulma's kid. He's not as big a fraidy cat as he is in the canon either. So So I mean, you have someone who's a bit more brash, a bit more outspoken, all that. So you'd have basically a kid, but he's also a Saiyan kid, so he's definitely got a lot of power. So I'll put his power respectively around 5,000. Because he's the son of Goku and a Super Saiyan God, basically. Meanwhile, in training, Goku over 5 years has more or less uh, has more. Ooh, sorry, man with the golden guns on, and the man just fell into liquid helium. Ooh. So Goku at this point easily has Super Saiyan God, and probably has Super Saiyan Blue. At this point, you're looking at Dragon Ball Super levels of Goku. Easy, no doubt. You're looking at Dragon Ball Super level Goku. And frankly, he probably also has Super Saiyan 3 on him as well. He's probably figured out, but Whis has probably said, that power that's quite a powerful form, Goku, but it's a little impractical. I'll figure out a way to use it somehow. So, you'll have Goku, and him and Beerus, they get along pretty well. I actually imagine Goku and Beerus, while they're pretty solid friends already or at least good acquaintances and things along those lines in the Dragon Ball Super as it is. But I'd imagine that actually be pretty close because they just have more interactions, Excuse me. Whis' kid and all that. So, he's got the manners from Whis. So, sorry, I'm blanking on that. I just completely blanked out because, again, Bonds. I had the mute off or on. So yeah, Goku and Beerus would be very close. Gotta recollect my thoughts real quick. Would be very close. Bulma also, I think, would be learning a lot of interesting things from Whis. Technologically speaking. Granted, a lot of what he does is magic based. He's got a lot of he has capabilities like that. But I'm sure she'd learn a little tech from him. But now we cut to basically, and they probably transition back and forth from Earth to Beerus's planet. So, when the Raditz stuff happens, I'm actually going to say they're not going to be on Earth for when the Raditz stuff happens. However, they'll be able to, at least we'll, let them know that Raditz came to Earth, that, right around the time that he meets up with Piccolo. It's like, where's Kakarot? Where is he at? He's supposed to be sent to this planet. Again, stop, focus on the camera. Stop focus on the camera. So when he gets there, he senses Piccolo, who, to be fair, has also learned to also knows how to suppress his power as well. His power's Raditz probably reaches him around 400, and Piccolo's just like, who are you? What do you say? Oh, Namekians. Get out of here! I'm looking for someone. Oh yeah, it's like, if you must know, I'm looking for my brother, Kakarot. Is it Kakarot? I don't know. Kakarot. He's another Saiyan and all that. They would know Goku's a Saiyan at this point. So Piccolo would be like, oh, you mean Goku? Yeah, he's off on another planet somewhere right now. As like, yeah, so unless you're unless you are gonna leave or something along those lines, he threatens him to go or he'll kick his ass and kill him. It's like, that right, Namekian, your powers up. Like, really? Yes, really, really, really. And then he powers up and just boom. He's not even full power because he doesn't have his weight. He still has his weight of clothes on, so he'd probably only be about 1,500, which is still arguably as strong, if not stronger, than Raditz. Raditz is like, what? Namekian, well, what? You're this strong? He's like, yeah, you got a problem with that? Ooh, excuse me. No, a problem. It's like, and then, Raditz would debate whether or not he should leave or not, and at first, maybe he thinks he can take on Piccolo. Piccolo immediately shows that he cannot take him on. It's like, all right, and he hightails it. And I think Piccolo lets him hightail it, honestly, because at the moment he's the strongest guy on the planet. So he goes to talk to Kami about what just happened. Because again, he's actually on relatively solid terms with Kami, so he can actually get some positive information from him about that. He explains his Saiyan and all that, and that the Saiyans may come again. And then, Goku and Bulma will show back up on Earth a few times, maybe a week later. And Piccolo explains that your brother came. It's like, my brother? It's like, oh, yes, Goku. And, Whis is probably communicating. I'd imagine, we never found out if Whis could do like a King Kai and communicate telepathically. Do you think Whis can do that? Because we never seen him do that. Is that something that that King Kai can do? Has over even like a angel? Is that he can communicate telepathically? Let's hypothetically just assume Whis can. Some Whis would contradict true Goku. Also, unfortunately, the two other Saiyans, Prince Vegeta and a Bruce one, are still there. Seems your brother will be going back and getting reinforcements. Oh, should I go stuff? No, it's not like they can do. It's not like they pose any threat as long as you train hard and blah, something along those lines. But Goku's also just like, no, he's my brother. I would at least like to do that. So basically, in preparation for Saiyan, everyone trains. I mean, Goku would train his average training, but Goku at this point is a god, so he doesn't need to train. Um, so I mean, train in preparation anyway. Piccolo goes for some hardcore training. Goes for a second round of the hyperbolic time chamber. And Gohan just like, Dad, are you gonna? Is Uncle Raditz gonna be come back? I hope so. I'd like to meet my brother. I'd like to meet your uncle, my brother, and all that stuff. They all train respectively. Here's the thing. Gohan, I don't think he's gonna participate in this because Goku's there. If we need be, Goku can just wreck shop. But the others are gonna be there and to train. Obviously, they're all gonna train their artists. Again, Tien's probably gonna be the strongest among the humans, probably around 2,000. Krillin's probably gonna be around 1,500 or so. Yamcha will probably be around 1,700. Chaozu maybe 800, so forth and so on. Piccolo, that one's a good question. Because Piccolo took around an 8 times multiplier, and he had to focus on training Gohan too. So, who was not anywhere near as strong as he was, so he couldn't benefit from a strong, equally strong, or almost as strong or stronger training partner. Because if you're training with someone weaker, you yourself are not going to improve as much per se. But however, he still would. He still would get some benefits out of that. Especially if he actually decided to maybe train with Goku a little bit. I think because he's already trained with Goku in the hyperbolic time chamber somewhat, I do believe he would maybe go back to Goku to train for a little bit. So if he trained, because Piccolo would probably be the only one who would use it. And it might be tough on him, but I feel he would at least last a couple months in there, which would count to maybe, I don't know, an hour or so. Let's see. 24 hours in a year, 12 months. Divide that. So a half hour. No, not a half hour. Every 2 hours is the equivalent of 1 month. So every hour is 2 weeks. So yeah, I fully imagine he would last maybe about a few months. So a couple hours at least. So ultimately, yes. I do believe Piccolo would come out he would definitely get a solid work. I bet he's actually as strong as Gohan at that point. So he'd actually then go back and train with Goku and Gohan. And Gohan will give him a real solid fight. Goku's too strong for him to truly benefit from the from training with him. So he would probably. Yeah, he'd be training off and on with Goku, but he'd probably be training Gohan the most. So Gohan would actually get a lot of beneficial training, too. I'd imagine they would roughly be equal, but Gohan would be stronger. Gohan would probably end up being roughly around, I don't know, with hardcore training, 10,000, with Piccolo being around 8,000, respectively, at his full power. So the Saiyans will eventually show up, and the Saiyans will eventually show up, and they'll show up with Raditz in tow as well. And then the Z-Fire will show up. Gohan actually observes for a little bit, making sure to intervene if something serious happens. And then the cast. Now they immediately Vegeta's like, no, the green guy's mine. Where? So you mentioned you mentioned Kakarot. Well, Goku, as he's being called. What a stupid name, Goku. It's like you mentioned that. It's like he comes in. So Vegeta comes in. He's like, where is he? He's like, oh, he's here somewhere. But he wants to let us have a shot at you first. So the others would try to take on Nappa. Wouldn't do very well. Vegeta and Piccolo wouldn't do very well. Or Piccolo would do all right initially, but Vegeta ultimately would take out Piccolo. But before any of them could really be killed, Goku shows up and just flexes his power. He's like, that's enough. And then just plays the, Kakarot. It's like, and then everyone just suddenly is like, whoa. It's like, power-wise, he is, his power is, it's like, what? It's like, yeah, and I'm going to ask you to stop. At this point, power-wise, he's probably at super levels. So, and just at his base, he's at his base super levels. So ultimately, he's just like, he powers and goes, poof. Not even going Super Saiyan there, just flexes his actual power. Their scouters just go boom right off the top. I'm like, oh, hi, Bob. It's like, what? What's it? I'm gonna ask you, and then he tried. Then he has a conversation with Raditz. Like, how did you get so strong, Kakarot? It's like, I don't know about Kakarot. If that's my Saiyan name, I don't use it. I go by Goku. That's what my dad named me. Well, Goku, Kakarot, whatever. How did you do this? Oh, I've been training with a guy. My dad's been training me. Dad, Bardock's still alive. Bardock. What? And he was like, who's Bardock? No, my dad's name's Whis. He picked me up when I was a kid. I never made it to Earth initially. And then he gives a brief explanation. Like, enough of this. No low-caste scum could match us. And then, Vegeta just comes in, powers up, Nappa powers up. Raz on the other hand's like, but he is my brother, and he's clearly stronger than any of us. No, you don't do it. Then just, boom, boom. Now Goku's just like, nothing here. Goku doesn't have Ultra Instinct at this time. He does not have that. But he's just dodging, block. He's pulling a page out of Beerus' book and just block. And then just boom, knocks out Nappa. I'm gonna give you this chance right now. Leave or I will have no choice but to stop you. Goku is a nice guy. Goku doesn't want to kill someone if he doesn't have to. However, he also has been raised by Whis, who's an angel who teaches the god of destruction. Yeah, this Goku probably has less qualms about killing someone if he actually has to do it. So, it goes like, well, I'll turn into the mighty Osaru and destroy this planet. And then, he turns to the great ape, to which Goku's just like, huh. It's like, I could do that too. But instead, I will just beat you. No, he's not saying this exactly. Though he would probably say, it's like, I could do that too, right? And it's like, well, why don't you? It's like, because I don't need to. How dare you? And then he just stops him with his finger. Let's be clear. At a 1,800 power level, Vegeta versing Goku in Dragon Ball Super in base form couldn't do shit. Couldn't do jack. Maybe not his finger. A finger might be a little over much, but he could definitely stop him with just this fist. Just poof. You done, Vegeta? And he's about to blow up, just blast him. Goku just blasts him in the mouth. He was Raditz, your name's Raz, right? Look, I understand you're my brother. I'd like to get to know you better. I want us to maybe try to have something. But if you're going to be associated with it, if you're going to just follow the way of these two, then I want nothing to do with you. And I don't want you living, or I don't want any of you stepping on this planet ever again. Do you understand me? And Raj is like, yeah, no, we good. He just throws Nappa back in his pod, programs it, gets out there. It's like, Vegeta right now is just on the ground, just laid out. And then Goku's like, oh yeah, he's still an ape. Hold on. And just rips his tail off. And then he just goes back down. And then, it's like, you will leave this now or else. You will leave now or I will destroy you. It's like, damn it all. It's like, there'll be an arc in Reds for the sake of just, he wants them out of there right now. It's like, look, just appeal. It's like, there'll be another time, okay? Just go. And Red's just like, all right, we're good. It's nice to see, it was nice to meet you, Raditz. Goku would just say offhandedly, yeah, nice to meet you. So they would go off, and see, now here's the thing: they don't go for the Dragon Balls because at this point they don't know anything about the Dragon Balls. They didn't go. Reds initially went there for Goku, got his ass kicked by Piccolo, and because of that, they're like, "There's someone stronger than you, someone who was able to bitch slap you around. We gotta check this out." So that's why they went on there. This isn't about Dragon Balls right now. So right now, the question is, what happens from here? Well, I mean, they had some conversations about what happened. Goku is Goku's is sad that his brother turned out that way. Maybe he'll ask Whis to see what's going on. Maybe if there's a way they can help him. And Bulma's just like, oh, I'm sure he'll get on. It's like thanks and all that. So I mean, they spend some time on Earth for a little bit. Meanwhile, we now cut to Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta, all of which got their. I mean, Rad's the only one who really didn't get his ass kicked. And he only kind of got his ass kicked by Piccolo. He got more just driven off by Piccolo. He didn't really get his ass kicked, so he didn't get his Zenkai. Vegeta still gets that Zenkai, so he's around 24,000 right now. Nappa even got his ass kicked a little bit. So if he took a Zenkai, it would probably only be a small one. His full power is roughly 7,500, so we'll just give him a nice solid 500 buffer. So 800, respectively. So, and you know what? Assuming that Radz is still only 1,200, we'll even say Radz is probably more like 1,300 at this point. It's a little stronger, but nothing serious. So they go back to Frieza's ship. Again, they know nothing about the Dragon Balls. And basically, Frieza comes in and asks for... I mean, Radz is basically in a moral dilemma right now. This is his brother. He's far stronger than anything. How did he become that strong? Maybe we don't have to deal with Frieza anymore. Maybe we can just live our lives. Maybe we can defeat him. And start to rebuild the Saiyan race. That said, Frieza goes like, oh, we want to report Vegeta, Nappa, Raditz, my friends. Tell me what you did or I will destroy you. Probably not far from the truth, but, oh, what happened, Vegeta? Actually, Frieza would actually be kind of probably shocked that there was someone who could kick Vegeta's ass like that. Because, frankly, besides the Ginyu Force, at the time, Dodoria, Zarbon, and the Ginyus, and really only Raccoon, only the 4 Ginyus, not Guldo, there would be no one arguably stronger in the galaxy or in the universe than Vegeta right now. Obviously, the deities aside. So he'd actually ask, what happened? And then Nappa, unfortunately, before Raditz can stop him, Nappa opens that mouth and explains everything. And Raditz is like, ugh. It's like, your brother? Raditz, your brother still... You have a brother? He's still alive? And then he apparently explained, apparently he was sent to Earth, but apparently he didn't never made it to Earth. He was trading with someone named Whis. For somebody, Whis. Frieza wouldn't know who Whis is. She knows who Beerus is, but he doesn't know who Whis is. Because remember, when he saw Beerus and Whis in the Resurrection F arc, he reacted to Beerus. It's not like he freaking knew who Whis was. And if he did, he didn't show it. So he didn't come to know who Whis was until later. Someone named Whis, that is not that doesn't like ring a chord of fright with him or anything like that. It's like Whis. It's like what is it? He was able to one shot. It was incredible. He one shotted me in an instant. I don't know what happened. What happened? And before he's like, the bastard one-shotted me in my Ozaru form, then he took my tail! And Vegeta passed up, and even Frieza can see, oh, he got a bit stronger from there. It's like, oh, he could probably even take out the Doya. Probably shouldn't tell him that. His Appa might even have to be careful. But still, it's like, oh, but I can use it. As long as he doesn't get too strong, and his rage isn't directed at me, we'll keep him around for a bit longer. And where did you say this was? On a place called Eoth. Eoth? Earth, obviously. That's a TBC reference. So they would head to Earth. And then we're going to leave it there with Frieza heading to Earth interested in this Saiyan who one-shotted an Ozaru Vegeta. So... yeah. And let's be clear, too. Here's the thing. Technically speaking, Vegeta was actually the strongest member of Frieza's force because if you factor in he could go Ozaru, then his power is 180,000. So he is stronger than Captain Ginyu at his full power. Ultimately, though, yes. I would say that's where we'll leave off. So that the Saiyans come back. Raditz is still in a lot of conflict right now, though. And they're going to Earth. And at this point, King Kai contacts Kami. And it's like, basically, through channels, everyone learns that the Frieza is coming. So ultimately, that's where we're going to leave it off. Thanks for watching, though. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry I was burping and I got a little straight off a few points. But, sorry. Again, acid reflux for the last couple of weeks. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. I just would win, Star Wars, Superhero Magic, What If, anything you do on the channel, put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. This is still the week of who would win. I don't know what if, who would win tomorrow. What ifs throughout the weekend. And House of Clock and Wall review is later tonight. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.